I've been playing in the Legion Alpha for quite a while now, and although not everything is finished yet, I do feel that I have a very good idea of how things are going to play out in the end, and how things are going to feel. There's been a lot of stuff that has stood out to me as a ton of fun in the Alpha, but really, this video I want to focus on the 5 things I'm most excited for in Legion, based on what I've experienced so far. And keep in mind, none of these points are in any particular order. Number 1, class order halls. Now, one thing that a lot of people adore, including myself, is class identity in an MMORPG. If I choose to play as a rogue, I want to feel like a rogue. And if I choose to play a warlock, I want to feel like a warlock. Now, this is something that many people have complained about over the years to Blizzard, the fact that class identity seems to be diminishing a bit, especially with the removal of things like class quests. Now, in Mists of Pandaria, Blizzard introduced the Warlock Greenfire class quest line, and it was met with a huge praise and a demand for similar quests for every class. I mean, come on, why do Warlocks get all the love? Well, anyway, in Legion, Blizzard is trying to do just that. They're attempting to recreate the class identity a lot of people feel that the game is missing, and I must say, so far they're doing a great job. Class order halls really do help bring back that feeling of, I am a paladin, or I am a death knight. In order to do this, the class halls have hefty amounts of quests to do relating to your class, all of which are rooted deeply within the lore. You'll be interacting with famous lore characters, upgrading your class-themed artifact weapon, and slowly you're going to develop a desire to see what the other classes are like, adding a nice bit of replayability to Legion's level-up process. But I do worry about whether or not we'll see more and more of these quests added to our order halls with future patches. That is something I am a bit concerned about, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens as Legion progresses. Personally, I would not like it if you just finished all your order hall quest lines upon hitting max level, and then you'd have no real reason to go back there other than to just send your followers out on missions. That would kinda suck. Number 2, those delicious in-game cinematics. Now guys, I make World of Warcraft machinima, so anything Blizzard machinima cutscene related obviously makes the dibbly von dangly hard as diamonds. Over the years, we've gotten to see the evolution of these in-game cutscenes ever since the Wrathgate, and since that time, the cutscenes in the game have just gotten better and better. I love how they're now being used to add depth and story to the new races we get to play as, and I also love how they're being used as conclusions to storylines in the questing zones. It's almost like the cutscene is a little reward unto itself for completing the main storyline of a zone, and I like that. Now, so far from what I've seen in the questing experience in Legion, there's going to be quite a few cutscenes in Legion, because I have ran into quite a number of moments that have said, badass cutscene plays here, or whatever. I'm excited to see these things, and I know that any one of you who's listening right now who just loves Warcraft's lore can say the same thing. The cinematics have always been one of my favorite parts of a new expansion, and Legion is no different in this case. What can I say, man? I make WoW videos, so kind of biased towards the, Blizzard-made videos. Number 3, Demon FOOKIng Hunters. So there has always been 2 classes I've wanted to play as in World of Warcraft after the introduction of the Death Knight. The first is, of course, the Glorious Necromancer. The second is the Demon Hunter. Alas, we still do not have the creepy spellcasting, zombie-spamming summoner class, but goddammit, at least we got the next best thing, right? Demon Hunters have always been a favorite of mine ever since I played through Warcraft 3, so seeing them make an appearance in World of Warcraft is extremely satisfying. I have loved just how mobile this class is when I've gotten to play them, and I think their gameplay is very solid, despite the fact that their skills and abilities are not final just yet. And hell, who does not love turning into a giant demon every now and then and just cleaving through waves of enemies? It's great, man. Now, I admit, and I'm gonna get raged at for this, I am still not a big fan of the fact that they only have 2 specs rather than the traditional 3, but that's alright, and that fact has not taken away from the fun that I've had playing this class. I am really pumped to level up one of these guys to 110 in Legion, but I'm more excited to see the thousands of Edgelord Demon Hunter roleplayers that are going to appear all across Argent Dawn EU, the server I play on. Let me tell you, Goldshire is about to get even weirder, and I didn't even think that was possible at this point. Number 4, professions are finally getting some love. Now, if you've been following this channel for a while, you know that I just love to bitch and moan and cry about how much I love crafting in MMOs, and how I feel that the professions have been sort of, neglected these past few expansions. There is so much opportunity when it comes to an MMO's crafting system, and finally, oh my goodness, Blizzard is finally expanding the profession system a bit. So pretty much, you're going to meet some guy or some girl NPC who's related to your profession, and then you're going to go on some long-ass quest line with them where you're going to learn recipes, upgrade the skills that you know, and yeah, cool. Something else that I love is the fact that crafted gear is going to have special abilities attached to them. Like, for example, being able to fire a damn bullet out of your skull, or being able to run faster when you get pissed off at someone. That is awesome, Blizzard, and it creates that incentive for people to pick up crafting that don't do it. Now, the only thing that does concern me when it comes to crafted gear is how good is that gear going to be? What are the item levels? I do not want a system in place where the gear that I craft isn't even as good as the LFR gear. That would suck. So please, Blizzard, go back to your BC/vanilla roots a bit and make it so that the gear that you craft takes a lot of resources, takes a lot of time, but it's good. It will have a high item level, and it will last you a long time throughout the current patch of the game. That's what I would like, personally. Number 5, the new PvP honor system. Alright, so I'm a half and half sort of player. I enjoy PvE just as much as I enjoy PvP. I do both. Both are a lot of fun, and so I don't really fall into any particular category. Now, I'm really happy with the dungeons and raids I've gotten to do in Legion so far, but hot diggity damn, the new PvP system has me really excited. Now, understand that I didn't necessarily see a problem with getting honor points and spending it on gear, but I have always sort of wanted a veteran thing system when it comes to World of Warcraft. As someone who played Vanilla WoW, I just have always wanted to experience that feeling of playing alongside the High Warlord again, or the Grand Marshal. Now in Legion, we're not really getting that exactly, but we are getting something kind of similar, I guess. By PvPing, you will earn a separate form of experience, you'll rank up, and you're given the ability to choose PvP talents. And then, when you hit max level in your PvP ranks, you can either stay there and enjoy all the talents you've chosen, or you can reset and gain a rank in prestige. Now, can you imagine for 1 second stepping into some battleground and seeing that the guy beside you has like 1,000,000 swords going through his portrait and his prestige level is like 10 million? Now, you know that you're probably going to win with that guy on your team. Until you figure out that he's a bot. But anyway, as you level in prestige, you're going to unlock titles, mounts, pets, artifact appearances, and more. I am stoked to PvP in Legion because of this system, and I'm also really excited because gear isn't going to really determine how powerful you are in a battleground or an arena anymore. People are going to be more on an equal playing field, and I'm just excited to PvP in Legion. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. Now, just because I didn't say something in particular on this list doesn't mean I'm not excited for it. Artifact weapons are enjoyable to get and mess around with. The dungeons and raids have been a lot of fun. I'm excited for all the new lore and a lot more, guys. These were just 5 things that I really am looking forward to in Legion. So far, I've had a lot of fun on the alpha, and as I look ahead to the actual launch of the expansion, I've gotten more and more excited to level up with my guildmates, run some difficulty scaling dungeons, get into those new raids, and man, just slaughter some filthy horde players in Battlegrounds and on the Broken Isles. But that's just me. So here's the question for you guys. What are you most excited for in Legion? And do you agree with what I've stated in this video about these points? Let me know in the comments below and feel free to start a discussion. With all that said, I shall see you all in my next video. New machinimas are coming soon. Thanks, guys.